Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you are well today. I hope you got outside yesterday and were able to enjoy that beautiful sun. It was just a gorgeous spring day, and I hope you were able to enjoy it yesterday. We're going to continue our journey in reading this week with our text features, and I'm going to be sharing another fun insect book with that today. And I'm sure you're going to like it. Remember, yesterday we talked about how text features help you locate facts or information. They have photographs, close-ups, bold words we found yesterday. Yesterday I talked and said, oh, there was one that was a diagram, but it really wasn't. It was more of a label. Today we're going to talk and look for headings, table of contents, and a glossary. And I am going to share those today with a book that I really like. It's an insect book. And this is the perfect time of year to be talking about insects because they are starting to be all over. You may even have some friends that have gotten into your houses. And so I'm going to share this. And while I am reading, I want you to be thinking and looking for our text features and see how many you can find. Remember, a good reader is always going to want to look through the book first, and the first thing I'm noticing is, look at that. There is a table of contents, and my table of contents has different headings here. It says, so many kinds, so many places, insect shapes and colors, what made an insect, insect life cycles, same but different, and then finally a glossary. So I'm looking here and I'm noticing that we have close-ups. We have photographs that are in fact close-ups here. And I'm also noticing for the first time today we have a heading at the top of our page, and this one is so many kinds, so many places, and it's the first part of the table of contents as well. This amazing animal is an insect. Flies, ants, and crickets are all insects too. There are so many kinds of insects. Insects are everywhere. Can you name some others? Can you name some insects? I bet you can. This is a super cool picture. Look at this. Is a cactus, and there is an insect here. And this picture always reminds me of mosquitoes. I don't know if they are or not, but whenever I think of mosquitoes, I think of them in water. And look at this picture here. This is definitely a close-up. Look at all those ladybugs on a trunk of a tree. No matter where you are, there is probably an insect near you. Insects are in the air and in the water. They creep in the Arctic snow. Others scamper around the desert. These ladybugs have gathered on a tree trunk. Other insects live on the tops of mountains. Some insects live in the jungles of the rainforest. Insects are everywhere. Oh, we definitely have some close-ups here again. The pictures are just wonderful. I don't see any important words. I don't see any headings. Insects may seem like pests to you. Some insects eat your clothes, buildings, and crops, but insects are very important. Many different animals need them for food. Insects are important for people too. Bees visit flowers that help fruit grow, and they also make sweet honey. And people use thread from the cocoon of a silkworm to make clothing. So as we might find them to be pesky, they are very helpful to us too. Oh, I'm looking. What's something you noticed? Do you see something here that we didn't have on the last page? Here's a heading: insect shapes and colors. Here's our close-ups. I think we've seen this picture before. These are really cool pictures. I want you to look really carefully. Insects are different shapes and colors. The shape or color can help an insect hide. Then an enemy cannot see it. A hungry bird or lizard may think these insects are thorns. This leaf insect looks just like the leaves around it. A walking stick on a twig is very hard to see. Can you find it? Now, I'm going to put these pictures kind of close so that you can see them. Can you find that leaf insect? Or what about that walking stick? Can you see it? I just love these pictures. Oh, I'm seeing close-ups, but I'm not seeing any bold words and I'm not having any headings here. Look at the bright colors and designs on this butterfly. Do you think it's hidden from its enemies? Some insects are easy to see. They are colorful and they have special markings. Brightly colored insects often taste bad. They make other animals sick. Animals learn to stay away. Did you know that? The spots on this beetle look like huge eyes. A hungry animal might think the beetle is a lot bigger. The animal might be scared away. Look at those. Don't they look just like eyes? But they're not. Oh, I see a new heading. What makes an insect an insect? I bet you guys know a lot of the information on this page. How can you tell if a creature is an insect? All insects have 3 body parts. These are the head, the thorax, the abdomen. Insects also have 6 legs. Most insects have 1 pair of antennae and 1 or 2 pairs of wings. Look closely at these insects. Can you see 6 legs and 3 body parts? Do they have antennae or wings? Again, these are all close-ups. Some creatures look like insects, but they are not. Which of these are insects and how can you tell? Here, let me put these up here. Take a look. Can you figure out which ones are insects and which ones are not? And can you tell me why or why they are not insects? Go ahead and see if you can do that. Ooh, I see a heading here. And this reminds me of a visitor we had back in the fall, Mr. Patterson. Insect life cycles. Insects may look different in each stage of their lives. Most insects go through 4 stages. The stages are the egg, larva, pupa, and adult. The egg of this insect were laid inside the cells, and this is called the cell. After a couple days, each egg hatches into the larva, and here's a close-up of that. The tiny larva stays curled up in the cell. The larva eats food from pollen and honey, and this food makes the larva grow. Then the cell is covered with wax. Inside the cell, each larva turns into a pupa. In the pupa stage, the insect goes through a big change. Soon an adult grows out of the cell. Do you know what the insect is? Here it is. And I gave you a hint with Mr. Patterson coming. Do you know what insect this is going to be? I hope you do. I bet you do. It's a bee. After a short rest, the bee can go right to work. Young adult bees work in a hive. Older bees work outside. The larvae of different insects do not look the same. These larvae will become insects you know well. What will they look like as adults? What do you think they're going to look like as adults? So here they are. They're going to be mosquitoes and moths. Did you guess that? Some kinds of insects don't have larvae or pupae. When they hatch from their eggs, they're called nymphs. Many nymphs look a lot like the parents, but they're smaller. Milkweed bugs go through 4 nymph stages. In each new stage, they look a little bit more like the adult. How many different stages can you find? So all of these here are called nymphs, and that would be the adult. How many stages do you see here? They go through, they look a little bit like the adult. They're getting to the adult, but they go through some minor changes. Can you find them? How many stages are here? Oh, these are really cool, guys. Look at these close-ups, and we have a new heading here. Same but different. Insects are alike in many ways. They have 3 body parts and 3 pairs of legs. Many have antennae and wings and hatch from eggs. But insects can look very different. Some have antennae that look like feathers, long legs for jumping high, huge wings for flying far, beautiful colors and designs. On land and in water, under the ground and high in the sky, insects are everywhere, and they are amazing. Now, here's the glossary of our book, and you'll notice there's the heading. But here are some bold words, and we remember that the bold words are the important words, and so they make us look, and then what is after that would be the definition of the word in case we didn't know what they meant. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the insect book. Today you're going to do a click and drag assignment and a reading assignment. That's going to be about text features. So as the insect information was fun, and we'll be talking about, you might get a special visitor on your science slide today. I wonder who that could be. We're going to keep this insect information inside your brain, but you're going to go ahead and do some work on text features today. So go have some fun. Miss you guys. Love you lots, and I'll see you tomorrow.